if this starts turning into a potential long, this 98-cent spot right there is one I'd like to see. Oh, that's a lot of risk on AMD. I think, yeah, like 40 cents. I shouldn't need to risk more than 40 cents. Amazon on lows. Amazon dropping. And kind of like this, yeah, 98 cents against 50 cents. So 40 cents. Gonna see if I can catch that there on AMD and get a reversion long situation going. Let's see what we can do. Got it. Long at 94-cent average AMD. Let's see what we get. If we get a quick blast up to the 50s, 60s, I'm going to take some off. Or up to 42, I should say. ES all of a sudden just turned around, didn't it? Starting to head up to highs. AMD coming back in. And there goes Amazon as well. And there goes Tesla, flirting with highs. And all of a sudden everything turned around. Can this AMD move upward? There's 10s. Can we get a blast up to the 50s? Looking for this offer to explode. There we go. Up to the 30s. Can we get that again? Gonna take one. No, I did not get it. I'm gonna pull that. I was gonna try to get it off in the high 20s. I did not get it. Let me see if I can get back up there. Just gonna throw some offers out just in case. Can we get back up to those high 20s? Here's the 18s, 20s. Want to see it pull through here. Took one right there at 20 something cents. I have another one up in the 50s. I'm just not seeing it go. I'm going to take another one off. There's 50s. Did not get it up there. I was looking for that up there. I was at 57 cents. I don't know what it got up to, but yeah, just scalping this out to the long side here. I can get rid of my stop down here. There's 50 cents. Can I get up to my offer up here? No. Yeah, it did. There we go. So flat AMD on the reversion long play. I didn't really hold it. Just held it for a scalp. And probably took too much off too early, as here we go into the 60s and 70s. Cancel my stops and reset. I have on the daily this trend line that we had been making for several weeks, months, I don't know. And we came down straight into it. This is like a shorter term one. This is a longer term one. We came straight down into it, and we just weren't going lower. And then the market was also not going lower, so I anticipated a potential for a reversion, and the risk reward here was so tight, it's hard not to take that. So that's the whole thesis behind that play, and now you can see how if I managed it well or not. I like the first sale. I don't like the second sale at 21 cents. I think that was a panic one. And then I like that one as well. But that's it. It's 10 a.m. I'm probably going to pause it here and head off to work, get some work done, and then see if anything alerts for later. I don't know if the short side has much more in it. But there we go. Check 1 2. It is 3:07 p.m. and market is starting to really sell off here on the first trading day of 2024 in January, and been trying to get short this AMD since late morning. Actually, I've been trying for hours to get short this AMD, and I just cannot find a way in. And I just don't want to hit the bid, but I am trying to offer out here just above the hole. I think that we're seeing risk off on the tech sector, so we can see AMD, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google all heavy today. Coin down 10%, AMD down 6.5%, and I think that it being the first day of the month, there's a good chance that there's some professionals who are either unloading the AMD they had on their books in 23 and getting it off the books, or something of that nature. Who knows? It's only speculation on that front as to the what and the why, but I'm trying to get short this AMD up here above the hole. Very close. Apple also on lows. Tesla just chopping today. Amazon approaching lows. Coin on lows. Google and Microsoft heavy as well. But this AMD, which I traded this morning to the long side in a reversion scalp, which I recorded the wrong screen on. I found out after the recording was over. Hopefully this one is in the right spot now, but no fill yet. Can this thing pop up over the hole? There's 38. Saw my offer briefly up there at 7 cents. Getting closer now, only a few pennies. Got a penny away from me. And I got it there. Short AMD, average price is 7 cents. Stop is at 30 cents. And we are looking for a follow through into the end of the day here, into the closing bell. So I'm looking for AMD to first stop, go check the lows, and I'm right away just going to put an order down at lows. Second thing is to look for a big push after that, and I'm going to leave half the position on for a push after that to fresh lows. Not sure where this thing could go, but it's got 45 minutes to do it if that's what plays out. Down to the 80s. Well, the ES returned to lows as well. Starting to see some movement on the low a day ticker over here. AMD into the 70s. AMD into the 60s. Apple approaching lows as well. Apple low 88 cents. That did not go to lows. I did not like the way that reacted there. Let's see if it can break down and hold below. There's really no time to mess around here for the seller. Like if they have to get it off, they have to get it off their book. Can they break down and hold below 65 cents? I don't want to cover 1-to-1, but I don't really like that. I'm close to taking some off here. Here's this low 60s, 61. Just kind of watching the tape here. I'm going to take, oh, I did not get it. It moved away so quickly. I did not get it. I was trying to get some at 67 and I did not get it. And you could see it went down to the 60s and then up straight up to 70 something cents, 80 cents. Interesting. I wonder if it'll get back down. And look at this thing coming all the way back. All the way back to the 90s. Wow. Yeah. That was not ideal. That got very close. That got down to 62 cents, and now it's 20 cents, 30 cents above there. Just eroding my my open P&L as we approach the end of the day. How to handle this? I think it will make another trip down there, but I really don't like that it didn't go down there. I think I have to hang tight right now and just let it get back down there to retest those 60s. Let's see what it looks like on the next attempt. ES did not clobber down to lows. And AMD above 38 now. Let's look at what's happening on the smaller time frames. No, I'm still pretty good. Trend line wise, we're still moving down. We're still looking good. No reason to get excited. So need to just let it run. ES bouncing from that spot, which I don't really buy either. Let's see if this AMD can get down. It's down 6.5%. Apple, Amazon, Coin, Google, Microsoft, Tesla. What's that Apple doing? Back into the 80s. Back to the low 80s. There comes some selling in again on the tape. Here's the 70s. We'll see what we get to the 60s if that happens. Here's the 70s. Can that selling continue? Gonna take one here at 1-to-1 if I can get it at the bid. Did not get it on the bid. Which is kind of indicative of what we're seeing. So we're not getting the selling pressure below here. And Apple did not get to lows. Gonna try to cover one at 77. Got that one. Got the one at 72 as well. Got half left. So I took half off at 1-to-1. Gonna cancel my stop. Drop through the 60s. Gonna cancel the one I had at low a day. But can we get that offer down below 60 cents? Interesting tape here. Just an interesting battle happening. I want to try to hang on to the second half for the in-case break of there, because if we do start breaking down, like I got my risk covered, okay, it's going to be a scratch at worst now. Here's the 60s. Can we get an offer below the 60s? I mean, this thing could dump out to 36, 35 if it gets really nasty into the last closing minutes. I kind of want to hold on for that possibility. I'm going to go back to the 10-minute here just so I can keep an eye on the wider view. We're not really able to hold below, but ES isn't crashing in either. I can draw this a little bit better. Like that. Looks like we have a lot of economic events tomorrow to be cautious of. Back to the 80s. Apple starting to move north again. What's Tesla doing? Not that. Apple is. Amazon isn't. Google, not really. Coin, nope. Coin on lows. Coin actually had good volume today too. Big down there, down 10%, 17 points. This thing's just been, I mean, this thing could be in play for the next couple days. The coin. That's a big down day compared to how it's just been grinding up. And here comes AMD. Here's the 50s. There's a seller here pushing right now. 50s. Low a day is 10 cents below at 43 cents. Size coming across. Will the seller continue to push down? We're about 2 minutes away from 3:30, but you never know when that last burst of selling will come in, or if it will come in. Nothing guaranteed here. But right now, AMD weak, continues to sit down near lows, down 6.5%. Appears to be a seller intermittently, softening up the bid, punching it with thousands of shares and then letting up. And I wonder if they have a big chunk of their order left that they need to flush at the end of the day here. And can we ride that wave? Can I stay on it long enough to ride that anticipated sell order? Back into the 80s. AMD. And there is 330. Let's see what happens. We're up into the 90s now. Need to see this back down into the 60s pretty soon. Back up into 38. Right now, looks like this may not be selling off into the close here. What did Apple do? Yeah, Apple's recovering, so that's not boding well for the trade idea here. I may need to lighten up one more. ES rebounding, coming back. Tough to say. I mean, this Apple is clearly doing its own thing now, rebounding back up. But I feel like I should probably lighten up on this. It's not going down anymore. Gonna take one more off. I got 98 cents. This Apple keeps moving up. Everything else just Wow, Apple. Wow. I'm going to be out of this pretty soon. I put a stop at 3 cents really tight. I just think that if it had time to go, it would have gone. Not today, I guess. And that's a stop, and I'm out of AMD. Tried to capture a breakdown that did not appear to come. We'll see in, I guess, a couple of minutes pretty soon here whether or not that was the correct exit or not. I'm just reading the tape, and it just could not break down and hold below that 60, 70 area. It just wouldn't do it. And you can't fight the tape. So if there was an active seller, we wouldn't be up here. We'd be at lows. We'd be at lows. So, all right, I'm going to go on pause just in case this thing does end up failing or completely reversing and going higher. So we'll see. Apple still bucking the trend there. We'll see what AMD does. I'll go on pause. Check, check. Okay, it is a couple minutes to the closing bell, and this is exactly why I was being very, very cautious as this AMD wasn't going down anymore. It did come back and retrace a little bit and never even made new lows, as you can see, from here to here. But this spike up here, this happened very quickly, this squeeze, and it was violent. You can see it on the footprint chart. And I had already gotten out, and I was just watching this to see what it would do later, but it would have stopped me out. So I'm glad that I read it correctly and that I was exercising caution. It wasn't holding lower. The seller appeared to have stopped. It wasn't able to hold an offer down below that 60-cent level, kept returning up to the hole, and I just did not like it. Followed my gut, cut it, and this is what happened afterwards.